Well, if you happen to watch any TV news this week, the chances are good that you saw a scene that happened in the Senate Armed Services Committee where they were holding a hearing about policy, and a gentleman in a Marine sergeant uniform, well, had a giant outburst. And I mean a big outburst. It was so big that the police came, the Capitol Police, if you will, to remove him from the room because the rules say that if you have an outburst, you get out of control at a hearing inside the Capitol, you'll be escorted out of the room. Well, this gentleman's name was Brian McGinnis. I don't know if he's a former Marine or not. That's not important. But if he was a former Marine, he did something that violated every single rule, regulation, and requirement in the United States military. And it's this: you never, ever appear in any way, shape, or form at a political situation, a political rally. You never do it. Not in any way, shape, or form. Now, you're going to say, wait a minute, you see military men all the time around political situations. Yep, they're acting in their responsibilities and their duties. Because the military does, in fact, report to the president, and obviously that's a political situation. But what Mr. McGinnis did was not freedom of speech at that point. Mr. McGinnis is a Green Party candidate, and he has every right to run in any party he chooses to. Green Party candidate for the position of Senate in the United States in the state of North Carolina. And he was out there trying to say, hey, America does not want to get involved fighting for Israel. Now, that may be his opinion, and everybody's entitled to an opinion. But you cannot, you shall not, and you will not ever appear in a uniform. Now, you'll notice the Washington police, the Capitol Police as they call them, were having a great deal of difficulty getting Mr. McGinnis out of the room because he was determined not to leave. He was told to leave. He was said, get out. Police officers came up and said, Mr. Get out, you're leaving. He wouldn't do it. And they grabbed a hold of him and attempted to get him out, and he was not going to go out. He grabbed onto a door, put his arm behind it, and they were all pulling. And obviously you could see he was overpowering these two officers in any way, shape, or form. He was a big man. And then Senator Sheehy got up and said, I'm going to help you all. I'm going to help the police, which is exactly what he did. Well, he is now being vilified, saying, how dare he do that, break the arm of a Marine. I'm sorry, that person was not, in my opinion, a Marine. That person was attempting to wear a Marine's uniform. And if he was a Marine, he knows good and well you do not ever show up at a political rally and get yourself involved in a political situation. It's not allowed, it's forbidden, and everybody in the military knows it. You are told from the get-go, you do not wear your uniform in any particular military situation if you're voicing your opinion, which is exactly what he was doing. So, am I going to be forgiving of this gentleman? No, I'm not. My opinion, he got what he deserved. He hooked his arm around that door. They were trying to get him out, and he was not going to go out. You do that at that point, you're taking your chances, you're paying your money. It's FAFO. That's it, folks. He got what he deserved, whether you like it or not. And the fact that he appeared in a Marine uniform is the most disgusting, vile, and ugly thing you could possibly imagine. Because in the military, you know you do not in any way, shape, or form appear in a political situation. That is against the rules, regulations, and Mr. Green obviously doesn't understand, or else he missed that class. Because he's got himself into trouble, he's been arrested, and I'm not about to sit there and say, well, let's help this poor man out. Didn't happen. This guy made a conscious decision to show up in a military uniform to complain about what the military is doing. In the Senate Armed Services Committee, the home of the military, you don't do that. He did. He paid the price. And now, hopefully, he will also see the inside of a jail cell. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. But I'm sure a lot of other military men feel the same way as I do. And now, you know.